I'm Jim Newberry, and I am the chair of the Education and Kinesiology departments and professor of kinesiology. Well, I was really surprised, Phil, to get the email because we don't have as great an opportunity as you folks do to write, and I love to do that. I really do. When I got the email, I was immediately happy about it and excited about it and thought, you know, this is going to be a lot of work. But it's going to be very, very enjoyable. I struggled a little bit because there are so many issues right now in sport as far as ethics are concerned. There's something in the newspaper every day. John Krakauer's book came out. He wrote Into the Wild, and this book that he had written was called Into Thin Air. It was about the 1996 fatal mountain climb where they lost a couple of the best guides in the world. They made some very poor decisions. There were all sorts of ethical issues involved in that climb. But that book is great. I actually teach that as part of the honors reading here. So I said, you know, instead of typical sport ethics issues, I'm going to talk about mountain climbing. I just run into an article that was discussing how climbers were climbing past dying climbers, trying to summit. Summiting is, of course, the goal there. There's a great deal of expense and personal sacrifice to be able to do that in time. So the inclination is to not be as concerned about your fellow man, so to speak. What I like to do is just relax for a couple of days and come up with ideas. I jot those down, and then I started putting it together. Perhaps the hardest part for me was I needed to talk about and introduce at least the normative ethics theories that we discuss here. But once I started writing it with the ideas, things just sort of took off. I actually had a greater difficulty keeping it short enough than long enough. It was fun. Not everyone is faced with something as extraordinary as making a decision on Mount Everest when people are dying and you're not feeling good and you're not thinking well, etc. But in our daily lives, we will all make very important decisions. Some of them will be difficult. And I would like to believe that we're preparing students for those moments as leaders and also as family members. We really at TlU do care what happens to our students. We want to prepare them for life. And one of the great things about a liberal arts school is the transfer of learning. And so I wanted to introduce ethics in a manner that was exciting to them and interesting to them. At the end of my chapter, I related the fact that two of my students from when I taught out at Georgia actually attempted to climb Everest, and this was before emails, and I got letters, and I was very surprised by that they actually, because that's very expensive and very courageous thing to do, neither one of them succeeded. But they both made good decisions. One of them was actually on the Hillary step, which is way up on the mountain. If you don't turn around in time, of course, you get caught, and decided to come back down, which was a very good decision. But that's one heck of a climb to go that high. And this person I related was one of the frailest students in my class, the least expected to do it, but you never know what's inside a person. I had a great difficulty trying to sacrifice and set aside some things that I should have set aside to study a little harder. My first year I had, and it was just assumption of adulthood, basically is what it was, learning about responsibility, trying to juggle several classes. And of course, I went to Texas State, a very good school, but when I went it was known as the big party school. And there were lots of distractions, but you know, one of the things our students learn here is that those are excuses not to learn. One of the things I try to impress upon my students is to have the kind of attitude that will lead towards success in college and in life, and that is try to spend some time thinking about what a wonderful gift it is that somebody is helping you go to college where you can learn and be around the thoughts and ideas of others. I've been very surprised at what I can become interested in and what has helped me and what I can transfer learning-wise to other situations. It's part of creativity. It's part of being able to deal with people. So there is an enormous amount of good in every one of these chapters.